Hello, welcome to sallyhughesbeauty.com. Today I'm doing a video on one of the very first subjects. I think it was the second video I ever made, one of the very first subjects that I ever tackled, because it's something I feel so strongly about. And I just wanted to revisit it because things have moved on quite a lot since I made my first video. Lots of new product ranges have come out. And also I think that still people are coming through and becoming interested in skincare and still don't quite know the difference between dryness and dehydration, when actually they're two very different things. So firstly, how do you tell if you've got dehydrated skin? Now, the reason it's quite hard to work out if you have dehydrated skin is that dehydration can go hand in hand with other conditions. So it can go hand in hand with dryness, with oiliness, with combination skin, with spot-prone skin. It can go rosacea. It can go hand in hand with any other skin condition. So it can be quite hard to work out what's dehydration and what's not. I happen to be dry and dehydrated, so I need to tackle my dryness, which is a lack of oil, and my dehydration, which is a lack of water. And that's obviously what dehydrated skin is. It's skin that lacks water, either because it can't hold on to water well enough or because you're not consuming enough water. And what happens is that obviously your body needs water to survive, your vital organs need water, and your body will always prioritise the really important stuff like your organs. And if you don't have enough water in your body, it will just steal it from your skin. So the dehydration will really show up in your skin. So we need to tackle that with dehydration products. Dryness we tackle with oil, oiliness we tackle by removing oil, but dehydration, nobody is immune from it. This is a lack of water. There are a few ingredients that are particularly brilliant in tackling dehydration. One of them is a very old-fashioned ingredient called glycerin, which is a humectant, so it clings onto water. You'll find glycerin in lots and lots of products, very kind of old-fashioned products, natural products, as well as more cutting-edge products. It's a really good ingredient that has a million different applications, so look out for glycerin. The other one is hyaluronic acid. Hyaluronic acid is a natural substance already present in the skin, and the reason we use it in skincare products for dehydration is it has the ability to hold many times its weight in water. So what it does is it doesn't produce water, it traps water, it clings onto it and doesn't let it go, which leaves your skin looking plumper. So typically a skincare product containing hyaluronic acid will give you a plumper look, a more sort of healthy, bouncy look, because what it's doing is it's grabbing onto water and retaining it in your skin. So that's the other ingredient you really want to look out for. Lots of dehydration products contain both glycerin and hyaluronic acid, which is perfectly fine too. I tend to get on extremely well with products containing hyaluronic acid, but before I show you those products, I just want to let you know some simple ways of diagnosing whether you are dehydrated. Dehydrated skin typically is a bit ashen almost. It doesn't have as much colour in it as it may normally have, or as much as you would like. It just looks a bit sort of washed out, a bit grey sometimes. Not the same as dullness, which dry skin has, in that, you know, the surface is not smooth and vibrant. Dehydrated skin is just more sort of ashen, I would say. The other thing I always ask people when they think they might be dehydrated as opposed to dry is how their face looks when they step out of the shower. If the moment you emerge from the shower when your face is absolutely soaking wet, if your skin looks pinker, plumper, healthier, and that's probably the best your face is going to look all day when it's soaking wet and fresh from the shower, then, and you lose that vibrancy afterwards, then chances are you have some dehydration going on. If it's very angry and red and dull looking, it's more likely that dryness is your problem. The other clear sign I find of dehydration is that your skin, it sounds obvious, but your skin feels incredibly thirsty. So after you've stepped out of the shower, if you've dried your face off with a towel, if your skin is absolutely gagging for something on it, so you think, oh, serum, quick, I need something on my face, that is often a sign of dehydration. If it's sore or angry or tight feeling, then that's dryness. But if you also have this sort of desperation for a drink almost in your skin, then that's dehydration. Dehydrated types, it's also worth just thinking about whether you've been suffering more headaches recently, whether you've been feeling a bit more run down and tired recently, because again, that can give you some pointers towards maybe what's happening with your skin. The sort of outward manifestation is obviously dehydrated, ashen looking skin. The inner manifestation is often things like headaches. The other way of being able to tell the difference between dryness and dehydration is that typically dehydration can come hand in hand with oiliness. So clearly if you have oily, spot-prone skin and your skin still feels desperately thirsty, then clearly that's not dryness, that's dehydration. And there are many, many, many products now for dehydrated skin that contain no oil whatsoever. So you're safe with those. Hyaluronic acid and glycerin will not make you break out, they will just cling on to water. So please don't think if you have oily skin you have to lay off all the moisturisers. It's just a question of laying off oil. So, since my first video, there have been a few new products come out and I want to show you those, and also there are just a few good ones I want to remind you of. The best, most sort of positive thing that's happened in the past couple of years is that cheaper brands have discovered that there is this market for dehydration products, or hydration products for dehydrated skin. That's been a relatively new thing. In the past, it was really hard. You had to spend a lot of money to get properly hydrating products, but I think the mass market has really caught on. Some of my favourite examples are Superdrug hydration range. It is absolutely brilliant. I think the serum is £3 or thereabouts, £3 or £4. The day cream about the same. I think they do a face wash for £2. It's brilliant. It's paraben free, it's not tested on animals, dermatology tested and so on. It acts like a much better, well, it acts like a much more expensive cream than it is. It's so great, it's really, really hydrating. The only problem with this entire range is that it's really hard to find. It's only stocked in really large Superdrugs, really hard to get in the smaller branches, and I don't think it's on their website. But if you find yourself passing through a busy town with a big branch of Superdrug, honestly, stock up, it's really cheap and it's so good. The serum in particular, this is the day cream, which has an SPF 15 in, which is brilliant, but they do a serum for kind of £3 or £4 that is absolutely brilliant, that goes on after your cleansing and should quench that, oh my god, give me some water thirst that your skin has. The other range I'm really impressed with is not out yet, it's coming any day I believe, Burt's Bees. So Burt's Bees is obviously not Superdrug prices, but at the same time it's not department store prices either. It's a mid-price range, really good quality, really nice ingredients, and they have brought out an entire range for intense hydration, and I couldn't be more happy that they've done it. They are beautiful products. I've been testing the whole range. This is the cream cleanser, which is lovely and comfy on the skin, but they've done face creams, night creams, eye creams and so on, all with this very, very hydrating feel. Just lovely ingredients. And again, not too expensive. They're kind of, you know, sort of less than £10 for a cleanser, a little bit over £10 for a moisturiser, but we're certainly not talking kind of super duper prices. Talking of super duper prices, I would be dishonest if I didn't tell you that this range from Institute Esterdom is the best dehydration range I have come across. My skin loves it. They do an intensive hyaluronic acid serum and they do a matching cream. I have never known a more hydrating cream, and it doesn't make me break out at all. It doesn't make my skin feel greasy. It's a fantastic product. Super expensive. I think you're talking about £60 for the moisturiser. I'm sorry, I apologise. I'm not saying everybody can afford it or should or whatever, but it's brilliant, and I'm not going to lie. You get this incredibly rich hyaluronic cream that just, honestly, it's in no way greasy. Your makeup goes on brilliantly after it, and when you go to bed in the evening, you can still feel just a little bit of hydration in your skin. It's a fantastic product, and so is the serum. It would be remiss of me not to mention them. However, on the other end of the price scale, we have the Nivea Hydration Express Primer. This is brilliant. It's by good old Nivea, so it's cheap. It's a foundation primer with lots of hydrating ingredients in it. It's really light. It's got a sort of jelly-like texture. Over your moisturiser. Pat it into the skin. Look, it's got, I don't know if you can see, it's got this lovely sort of almost laminated feel. Smells lovely and fresh. Not at all greasy, works brilliantly on oily skins as much as it does dry, because it's not a greasy product, it's not adding any oil, it's just adding hydration. And it's really good at sort of making the skin look really plump before you go out for the day. I think it's a really, really good product. They do a few different formulas, but this hydration formula is spot on. The other big new development for dehydration is this Clarins Serum. Now, this is called Double Serum, and I have to warn you now, if you have oily skin, this is not for you, because what this serum does, it is specifically for dry and dehydrated skin. It takes half oil and half hydration serum, and it blends them together, and you put them on as one. So it tackles dryness and dehydration in one shot. Now for me, that is a gift from God, because you know, you tend to have to choose. But this serum ticks both boxes, and it's marvellous, but it's not for you if you're oily. You need to be dry and dehydrated and kind of over a certain age. Balance Me, this is one of my favourite new products. Balance Me Skin Bright Hydrating Mist with Hyaluronic Acid. It's just a facial spritzer. A little goes a really long way. And what I do with this is just brilliant. It's oil-free. And if I start to feel dehydrated throughout the day, because I've been sitting in central heating, or, you know, I've been out in the cold and I've lost some water from my skin, you just do a spritz. I just find that it makes my skin feel immediately better, less thirsty, it looks better, it kind of restores my colour, it doesn't make all my makeup run. It's 20 quid, but I've had this one on the go for ages. You literally just need one fine mist and it lasts a really long time. Also brilliant when you're away and so on. Fantastic product, really, really impressed with it. Another product that has come onto the market that's quite a game changer if you have dehydrated skin is Clinique Moisture Surge. We all know about Moisture Surge. It's one of Clinique's hero products. It's an oil-free, super mega hydrating moisturiser. It's a very, very good product. And what they've done this year is they've expanded the range. So they've expanded the range to include the overnight mask, which speaks for itself. Put it on at night time, sleep in it, restore some kind of plumpness and hydration. A very, very nice product. But they've also brought out this. Now, this is due out in April, and it is Clinique Moisture Surge CC Cream SPF 30. The reason this is so interesting to me is that I hate BB creams. I don't get on with them at all. In my experience, they are rubbish on dehydrated skin. They don't give enough hydration. They make my skin feel tight and thirsty and uncomfortable. They're no good for dryness, no good for dehydration in my experience. What this is a BB cream under the new name CC because it's colour correcting, but under the Moisture Surge family, so it has a great deal more hydration than it used to have. And I find that it's the first BB, CC, whatever you want to call it, cream that I've tried that I can put on over serum and just about get away with not using a moisturiser, which is a big deal. And my skin feels really hydrated and plump still at the end of the day. If it was really, really bitterly cold weather, I probably wouldn't, to be honest. But on a half decent day, I can get away with just wearing this over my serum and it's enough. So if you have dehydrated skin, you may very well find that this is the holy grail for you. And it's got great colour correction too. Really good evening kind of colour. It's lovely. What else did I have to show you? Chanel have relaunched their Hydra Max range. It's now called Hydra Beauty. Fantastic. It's always been great, this range. Super, super hydrating. Lots of hyaluronic acid, lots of glycerin products. Advanced Night Repair is an ancient product that you probably mostly know about, but what lots of people don't realise, I find when I get talking to them about dehydration, is that Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair does contain hyaluronic acid, and it does tackle dehydration as well as all its many other very useful applications. Elemental Herbology. This is a mask I have had great success with. Biodynamic Facial Souffle Intensive Hydration and Repair Mask. It is a really, really thick mousse type mask, and I find if I put it on after serum at bedtime, tons of it, really thick layer. You can see I really have enjoyed using it. Really thick layer. When you wake up in the morning, you feel much, much, much more comfortable and plumper, pinker skin if you do suffer from dehydration. And the other moisturiser I wanted to mention was Givenchy Hydra Sparkling. I don't have one here, but they have a BB cream coming out very, very, very soon, and I've got high hopes for it because this is one of my favourite dehydration ranges, or hydration ranges for dehydrated skin. It's one of my favourite ranges, so I'm really looking forward to their BB cream. High hopes for it because that's a great product line. Anyway, so a bit of a whistle-stop tour in the advancements of dehydration. I know this is a really hot topic for lots of you, and I know lots of you are confused about what you have, what you don't have. Please do feel free to ask me a question in comments and I will try to answer it. Thanks very much. Bye.